Mic check. Alright, welcome to today's exhibition matchup between the 12U Polar Selects and your 12U Single A Raleigh Raptors. On the ice for the start today, we've got Waldron at center, Anaya at right, Doss at left, Hoover and Anthony. Down to 4 defensemen today, so it'll be rotation day. Waldron wins the draw, ends up being picked up by Select, bringing it into the zone. Battle down in the corner. Bysands down, Waldron scrapping for the puck with Hoover. Waldron keeping the distance, but picks it up back behind the net. Starts to carry it forward through the zone, but it comes off his stick. Hoover chips it up to Doss. Doss bringing it up along the boards, makes a drag, but ends up leaving it behind. Recovered by Select. Puck goes to Bysands. Bysands bringing it in. He gets a shot off. A little dribbler, but Medlin covers for the save. Waldron wins the draw over Doss. Doss gets the puck. Tries to chip it forward. He gets it up out of the zone, bringing it into the neutral zone. Controls into the neutral zone, dumps it down into the corner. Anaya and Waldron in the pursuit. Anaya gathers it in the corner, tries to send it back behind the net, but doesn't make it through. He chips it over in front of the net, but it goes a little bit wide. Anaya's got the puck, sends it right to Doss' stick. Doss with a shot in front, gets it over to Waldron. Doss scores! Not sure who put that one in. Waldron or Doss put it in the net, but a great crosser by Anaya, 1-0. Raptors. 14 minutes left in the first. Good start on their first offensive push. Onto the ice comes DiLorenzo at center, McPhee, McLam, Oktavarski, and Hollingworth in the back. DiLorenzo was everywhere yesterday, was calling his name for most of the game. Select wins it back, chips it up to the neutral zone. Gathered by Oktavarski, who sends it right up onto the stick of DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo carries it forward, but he sends a nice crosser to McPhee, was broken up. DiLorenzo back on the puck. Gonna carry it over behind the net. Looking with his head up and try to find somebody up the ice. He sends it along the boards over to McLam. McLam's tied up with Gainey. Still tied up in the corner. Oktavarski looks on the crosser to McPhee, but doesn't quite get there. Brought back in by Select into the zone. DiLorenzo back on the puck again. Tries to send it forward. It goes up to McPhee's stick, just a little bit off his stick. And McLam's there to meet him. McLam gathers the puck, carries it through the neutral zone, tries to enter the zone. He's tripped up as he tries to enter. Select gathering it back through the neutral zone. Not there by Oktavarski. Still has control, gets a shot on the net. Medlin with the save. DiLorenzo with the puck, sending it up along the boards. Leaks into the neutral zone, sent back in by Select. And we get an offsides. Draw come just outside the zone. 13 minutes left in the first period. 1-0 Raptors. Got the line change. We got Schroeder, Yellen, Felmley, Hoover, and Anthony. Schroeder wins the draw back. Select brings it into the zone. Has control, tries to send across. Oh, stick right off of Medlin, kick save. Puck going over in front. Anthony gathers it. Schroeder's going to push the puck ahead. He has control. Using some speed. We got numbers. We got a 3-on-2 entering the zone. Schroeder over to the right, sends it over to the net, goes off the goalie's glove. Kicked into the corner. Schroeder keeps it behind the net for Yellen. Yellen trying to gather it along the boards, but he's met there by a Select player. Tries to look ahead, but couldn't be handled. Anthony's got the puck, sends it forward, but it's taken away. Puck dropped into the zone and gathered by Hoover in the corner. Sends it up to Felmley, who's met there by the defender. Puck gets dropped back in. Anthony down in the corner and makes the chip ahead. Puck tries to center down to Schroeder. Schroeder gets chipped off the stick. Anthony sends it up. Dumps it through the zone. It won't make it down for an ice. It might make it for an ice, but it's clear. It was touched. Yellen in pursuit in the corner, and he keeps the puck in. Tries to get it out, but Oktavarski's there to meet him to Hollingworth. Sends it over to Hollingworth. Hollingworth sends it back up to Schroeder's stick. Yellen didn't get out of the zone. Offsides. Back on the ice, we got Doss, Waldron, Anaya, Oktavarski, and Hollingworth. Waldron wins the draw and gathers it himself, sends it over to Anaya. Anaya chips it up, going to put it over, goes just wide of the net. Doss in pursuit in the corner. Doss is going to send it across. It goes to the stick of Waldron. Waldron gathered, and he sends it over to the D to Hollingworth. Hollingworth walks it down with a shot, goes right on the net. Waldron gathering the puck in front over to Anaya with a shot off, scores! Good puck movement there. Hollingworth on the net, Waldron over to Anaya, 2-0. 11-14 left in the first. Waldron wins the draw and gets it over to Anaya. Anaya gathers it, tries to send it back over to Waldron, goes right to the stick of Doss. Doss has a little bit of time, but taken over by Bysands. Bysands gathers the puck and carries it out of the zone, tries to chip it forward, but a back check by Waldron. Waldron sends it back over to Hollingworth. Hollingworth's got it up to Anaya on the side. It goes back to the middle, but nobody's there, but it goes to the stick of Doss. Waldron pursuing in. Doss continues it. Oh, over to the right, sends it down to Anaya in the corner. Waldron was tripped up over on the side, but he gathers the puck over in the corner. He's going to send it back. Nope, still battling Bysands in the corner. Waldron has it, sends the crosser over, but nobody's there on the right side. Select gathers the puck and look forward. It goes off of Anaya's pad. Ends up getting it over to Bysands to clear the zone. Carried into the neutral zone, but met there by Oktobarski. A nice easy chip for him to keep it up in there. Anaya goes over to Waldron. Waldron's got the push. We're going to have a chance for a breakaway. He's got numbers with Doss on the side. He's bringing it for the gather. The shot, oh, it goes right into the pad and a save. Raptors making a change. The line of DiLorenzo, McLean, McPhee, Anthony, and Hoover on the ice. Select wins the draw. They gather it, try to get it out of the zone, but it's kept in by Anthony. Anthony's got the puck, fans on the shot, but gathers again for another shot. Sends it up to McLean. The puck is loose in front. McLean gathers and sends it back to Hoover. Right onto Hoover's stick for the tape. She sends it in back down into the corner. McLean there tries to chip it around the back, but fanned on the shot. DiLorenzo's there to meet the puck. DiLorenzo gathers it. What's he going to do with it? He gathers in the corner, tries to go D to D, but it's broken up by Sloop. Sloop bringing it up the side. Sloop tries to chip it ahead around Anthony. Race for the puck by Sloop and Hoover. Hoover's going to beat him down in the corner. Hoover makes a great play in the corner. Puck gets stuck up and he trips off of McPhee's stick, so it was a tip. Going to be no ice up to McLean. McLean gathers it. Tries to gather it up on the side, doesn't quite get control. Select's trying to clear it. Goes up and off the stick, kept in by Anthony, but ends up going right to the stick of Sloop. McPhee hustling back. Sloop tries to send it over to Hale. Ends up going down into the corner. Going to be pursued by Hoover in the corner. Hoover makes a good play to keep it tied up. DiLorenzo's got the puck behind the boards, but it's taken over by Sloop. Sloop tried to clear it in front, but he shoots it into the side of the net. Sloop trying to gather in the puck again, but he's met there by Anthony and Hoover. Anthony sends it up, doesn't go off of anybody's stick. Let's see, it might end up right on the net. No ice. Goalie clears it over to McDonald. McLam's there in pursuit. Goes off the stick of McLam. McLam sends it over, but it's a little bit wide for McPhee. McPhee in pursuit. Nice back check enough to tie it up. Goes off of Hollingworth's stick. Select gathers into the zone, but DiLorenzo's right there to meet him. Hollingworth getting back, chipping it along the boards. DiLorenzo with a stick lift and gets it up. Trying to find McLam in the corner, but McLam wasn't quite ready. He now gets it. McLam chips it ahead. Loses an edge, gained back by Select over to Hollingworth. In front of the net. Hollingworth's got it, carry the puck up, he sends it up to McPhee. Don't think it hit anybody. Might be enough for an icing if it gets there. Ice. Just chipped over McPhee's stick. Down the ice. It's coming back. We got Schroeder, Yellen, Felmley, Oktobarski, and Hollingworth. Schroeder wins the draw up to Felmley. Felmley's carrying it through the zone, up into the neutral zone. He's still got it. He just spread out here. Gets it over to Schroeder on the side with a good pass. Schroeder comes back to Felmley. Couldn't quite keep it on his stick. Felmley's got it over to Oktobarski. Too many people in one area. Hollingworth sends it over to the corner. Hollingworth trying to keep it in, but couldn't quite do it. On the back check pursuit, he finds Taylor over here in the corner. Oktobarski getting back, comes right through the puck. A great defensive play. Keeps any type of numbers out. Yellen trying to chip it up along the boards over here. Gets it back to Oktobarski. Clears it. Oh, doesn't quite clear the zone. Ended up being on the blue line. Hollingworth pursuing it down in the corner. Trying to get it out, but it goes off the defender. Oktobarski's got it. He's going to carry it up out of the zone. He's got a little bit of ice. He's got Schroeder ahead. Oh, he fanned on the fast forward. Still holding it down here. Gathers some speed to get it over to Yellen. Off of Yellen's stick, and we're going to come back the other way. Oktobarski's going to have to get back, and he does. We dump it down into the zone. Gathered behind the net by Hollingworth. Tries to clear it off. It goes off of the shin of the Select. Schroeder gathers it. Schroeder tries to go up to Felmley. Felmley didn't see the pass coming to him. Select dumps it back down into the corner. Anthony gathers it down behind the net. Anthony and Hoover are back here on the defense. He sends it up to Felmley. Gets a nice trip up to Schroeder. See if Schroeder can make something happen up here on the side. He goes over to Yellen. Yellen bringing it in. Tries to get a shot off. Oh, doesn't make it through the defender. A good opportunity. Comes up to Select. Anthony with a good play here in front. Gathers the puck. He's going to try to go across. It goes off with the skate. Lysands gathers it in the neutral zone. Makes a sweep around Hoover. Going to take it into Anthony. Gets a shot off. A good save by Medlin. Tries to come back in front of the shot. Scores! Nice play by Lysands. Sends it back in front of the net. Ends up beating Medlin on the one-timer. 6 minutes, 36 seconds left in the first. 2-1 Raptors. Lineup of Waldron, Doss, Anaya, Anthony, and Hoover. Waldron wins the draw back to Anthony. Anthony gathers the puck and sends it up along to Anaya. Anaya's got Doss, but he loses an edge. Puck back to Anthony. Anthony trying to keep it out of the zone. Oh, it was clear by just an inch. Might have been an offsides. Waldron with the back check over to Anaya. Anaya sends it to Doss. Doss is going to have a chance here if he can beat the puck in. He gets a little chip and ends up going a little bit wide of the net. Back down to Anaya in the corner. Anaya gains control. He sends a cross back right to Doss. A stick right off the pad. The puck's still loose in front. Waldron gets it. Shot. Scores! Doss with a great play, went off of the pad. Waldron gathers it and sweeps it home. 3-1 Raptors. It's a very productive line last night, and so far today this line's been producing. Waldron wins the draw, gathers it to himself, gets tied up in the ref's feet. Trying to push him into the zone, goes over to Anaya. Anaya back to Waldron. Waldron loses the puck, gets tangled up. Back the other way, Select has numbers, coming back to Hoover and Anthony. Hoover back checks with Joe, who just gets enough of the stick to get it wide. Anaya with a good back check, plays in the corner. He chips it ahead. Didn't have a chance, but it's kept in by Select. Hoover in pursuit in the corner. He's going to play it back the other way. It's going to go around to the stick of Anaya if he can gather. He does. Makes a nice gather. He's got Doss on the leak if he can get it ahead. Makes a nice little toe drag, but decides to control it into the zone. Gets it over to Waldron. They're going to enter it into the zone. Waldron chipped it ahead right to the defenseman. Oh, Hoover taken down in the corner by Bysand. I think she's okay. Oh, Ethan Anthony's probably, no call on that one. Good sweep through the play. That one could have went either way. Probably an equalizing call from both ends. Puck's chipped ahead, and this one will probably go for an ice if he doesn't touch it. Oh, but the Select decides to gather it. Brings it back behind the net. Waldron in pursuit over in front. He fans on it. Waldron ends up tying him up. He's going to get the puck. Chance right over here to Anaya's stick. Anaya's chips it up in the corner. Oh, and the shot of the net and the save by the goalie. Raptors making a change. We got DiLorenzo, McLam, McPhee, Oktobarski, and Hollingworth staying on the ice. DiLorenzo wins the draw, but ends up winning it forward down to Hale's stick. Hale tries to clear it, but it goes just past Hollingworth's stick. We're going to have Sloop's going to have some speed the other end, but Oktobarski matches his speed, tries to dangle through him. Oktobarski doesn't let him do it, but he does get a shot off. The shot goes right on the net, saved by Medlin. Oktobarski controlling it up through the zone, chips it over to the right, just a little bit wide. McPhee gathers it. Tries to send it across. McLam and DiLorenzo are both there. Sloop makes a drag to bring it around, tries another move, but ends up going wide outside. McLam gathers the puck and sends it up to McPhee. McPhee's right there. And drop it down in the corner. Oktobarski's got the puck down in the corner. Decides to carry it up the side. He's got DiLorenzo to stretch right in the middle too. If DiLorenzo can handle the puck, goes a little bit too far for him. Shot goes wide and coming back on the ice. DiLorenzo wins the draw and controls it back behind the net. Tries to sweep it around to the corner. Meets McLam and Oktobarski. They try to clean it, but it couldn't go quite off. Select sends it in, goes off the stick of Hollingworth. Hollingworth in pursuit in the corner. DiLorenzo's coming up with the puck behind the net and loses control. Select tries to send it in front. Hollingworth's there to meet him. Goes down on the puck. Ends up kicking it wide. Select gains control again back behind the net. But Medlin's right there. A crosser in front, but it didn't connect with anybody. Right there with McPhee. McPhee's pushing along the corner. Oh, loses control of the puck. Couldn't quite get it squeaked out there. Oktobarski's got it. He's going to chip it up with a nice little chipping pass up here to McLam. McLam gathers control and sends to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo makes a sweep into the zone, but met by 3 defenders there. Sends a nice crosser, but it goes a little bit behind McPhee. McPhee has the puck in the corner. Making a D switch. We've only got 4D today, so they're trying to keep them fresh. McPhee plays the puck behind the net. DiLorenzo gets tied up there. Goes to the stick of Hoover. Hoover's going to try to dump in front. It goes right to this. Oh, just a little bit wide of the stick of McPhee. The defender was there to to chip it up. Anthony brings it down, tries to send the puck in the net, goes just a little bit wide. DiLorenzo gathers in the corner. Tries the crossover, goes off the defender, but Hoover's right there to meet him. Might get a call here, no call on that. Letting him play. Anthony meets Taylor there to the shot. Oh, glove save by Medlin. Two minutes, 40 seconds left in the first. 3-1 Raptors. Out comes Schroeder, Anthony, Felmley, Yellen, and Hoover. Hoover chips it up, but it doesn't quite get out. Select sends it back into the corner. Anthony's got the puck behind the net. Tries to gather it, but whips it a little bit wide. Schroeder in pursuit in the corner down here. Schroeder tries to chip it up, and it gets out. Gets out to the stick of Yellen. Hoover meeting Bysands in the corner. Tries to send it up, but doesn't quite clear the puck. Down behind the net to Anthony. Anthony makes a nice little move to keep control. Oh, but he fans on the pass forward. Select's got the puck in front. They're going to have an opportunity for a shot. A save by Medlin and covered. Tavarsky and Hollingworth come on for D. Won by Schroeder. Schroeder tied up, send it back, but underneath the stick of Bysands. Right in front. Oh, saved by Medlin. Tried to clear it, but it ended up going in front for an opportunity for the Select team. Schroeder on the draw, and he wins it. Gets it back to Hollingworth. Hollingworth sends it along the boards and tries to clear, but it doesn't quite get out. Being controlled by Select, they try the crosser. Oh, broken up by Tavarsky there. Very nice play by him. He's going to try to get it up. He gets it up to the stick of Yellen. Yellen couldn't quite handle it, but it ends up coming up to Schroeder. Schroeder's going on the crosser to Felmy. It's a little bit too far in front of him. See if he was past the line or forget a call. No icing on that one, so Felmy's scrapping down in the corner. Select trying to bring it up. Met by Schroeder right there. Schroeder gains control, tries to send it back over to Felmy's stick on the right side. Felmy's going to send the crosser, but it's intercepted by Select. They try to get it up, but it goes right to the stick of Hollingworth. Hollingworth chips it back down into the corner, but doesn't quite get through. We got some numbers going the other way. Tavarsky's there to try to split the two. Goes over to Bysands for a shot, but it goes wide of the net. Still to the stick of Select. The puck's loose in front. Medlin kick save. Tavarsky's there to help too. Select sends it around to the corner. Coming to the stick of Yellen. Yellen's got a little bit of speed coming up the side. He makes a nice drag, and he's tripped up. We should get a call here for that. We do got a call. Yellen had some speed and an opportunity going down the side, and they caught his skate with the sticks. Raptors going on the power play. 54 seconds left in the first. 3-1. For the power play, we got Waldron, Anaya, DiLorenzo on defense, Anthony on defense, and Doss. Waldron and Sloop going to take the draw. Sloop ends up sort of winning it back, but Waldron kind of back and forward. He pursues him into the corner, tries to clear the puck, and doesn't quite get there. He meets Anthony there. Sloop ends up being able to clear the puck, but Waldron back checking into the zone to be able to get it. He chips it down along the boards, dumps it, and he pursues it down into the corner. Waldron with the check. He gathers the puck in there, gets a chance. Oh, it goes a little bit wide. Anaya's there. Good play by Anaya to keep it in. Waldron gathers it in front. He's got Doss in front. He's probably going to try a crosser. Comes right back to the stick of Anaya. Anaya's stick is hit. And they send it out and down the ice. Comes for an ice. 28 seconds left in the first period. 3-1 Raptors. 1 minute left on the penalty. Still got Waldron, Anaya, Doss, DiLorenzo, and Anthony. Sloop wins the draw and ends up bringing it back along the side. Ends up chipping it out to Anthony there. Waldron's got to have that draw win to keep the puck into the zone. We got DiLorenzo coming along the back side of the boards with control of the puck. Sends it up. Tries to get it up to the Doss. It's intercepted by Sloop, who rips it wide of the net. Sloop gains control down in the corner, but ends up getting met by DiLorenzo on the crosser. Server stick, Di Lorenzo loses an edge. A shot by Select. That's the end of the period. Bit of a sloppy start to that power play. 3-1 after one, Raptors. Raptors will start the second on the power play. We got 31 seconds left. Onto the ice to finish the power play. We got Schroeder, McPhee, McLand, Oktavarski, Hollingworth, and Medlin in the net. Schroeder wins the draw back to Hollingworth. Hollingworth sends it up along to McPhee here on the side. He enters the zone with control of the puck, but he dumps it in. Goes behind the board, pursuit by Schroeder. Schroeder on the crosser to McLean and McPhee. Both met each other there. Good little triangle pass, and tries to clear it over in front, but it goes just a little bit wide. McPhee over to Schroeder. Schroeder sends it back to McPhee in the corner. They try to clear it, but Hollingworth meets him right there. Hollingworth sends it down and goes off the stick of McLean, then off the stick of McPhee. Select trying to pursue with numbers. They're going to sneak behind Oktavarski. Oktavarski back checks and gets there. Schroeder comes along and gets the stick. McPhee loses control in the neutral zone. Brought in by Select. Hollingworth's got to get to the right side. Ends up being able to let him get a shot off, and a save by Medlin. On the ice comes Di Lorenzo and Anthony. Schroeder wins the draw, controls it forward, tries to send it up, doesn't quite make it out. Goes to the stick to Di Lorenzo, who chips it forward to McLean. Couldn't quite handle the pass coming at him. Goes through the zone. Di Lorenzo gets it on the side, back to Anthony. Anthony's going to carry it along the boards. Got Select in pursuit. Anthony uses some speed and control. He sends it up to the stick of McPhee. It goes off the stick of McPhee, but McPhee regathers it and is going to have a chance. He's going to send it up to Schroeder, but a little bit too far for Schroeder, and it's going to be on the net and covered by Emmerich. Draw going to come in the Select zone. We've got Waldron, Yellen, Anthony, Di Lorenzo, and Felmley. Waldron wins the draw back, comes back to the stick of Anthony. Anthony tries to dump it in, but fans on the pass in. Regathered by Select, but Anthony meets him right there and gets a nice pass to the stick of Yellen. Anthony tries to get it over, but he's met there. Waldron coming down with the stick, but it's chipped wide by Myers. Waldron regains control, tries to send a crosser, goes off the skate of Select. Select sends it in, right on the net. Great send in there, but Di Lorenzo sent that on the net. The loose puck was covered. Waldron wins the draw over to Yellen, gets tied up a little bit there. Sands is on the ground to get in the way. Sleep sends it over to the middle. 88 bringing it through the zone, but met there by Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo gathers the puck coming up along the side. He chips it up along the boards to pursuit into the zone, dumps it down into the corner. Felmley and Waldron in pursuit. He's got Yellen in front. Select still has it along the boards. Does get it out down to Anthony. Anthony ends up keeping the puck in, battling along the boards in the corner. Puck tries to come out, comes to Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo keeps it in, battling along the line. Comes back over here to Felmley, who had it over in front. Back check by Waldron. Dumps it over to Anthony. Anthony sends it up, goes off the stick of Filmley, and enters down into the zone. Select sends it back up. Over to Pinchuk. Pinchuk's bringing it into the zone. He has control. It's chipped wide by Anthony. Gets a stick on it. Waldron sends it up. Tries to get it to the stick of Filmley. Doesn't quite make it through. Waldron tries to send it up through. Intercepted by Vassands to Yellen. Waldron checking up through the zone. Coming through. He chips the puck in. Good pursuit down into the corner. Waldron gathers the puck in the corner. Tries to send the crosser, but it doesn't quite make it through traffic. Select gathers the puck. Little body check over there on Filmley. DiLorenzo coming down to try to race to the puck. He makes it there. Keeps it in the zone. Great work by him. Waldron behind the net. Battling, loses the puck out to the front. Comes back out to DiLorenzo. He misses on the pursuit to keep it in, but recovers. Keeps the puck. Fans on it a little bit wide. Lorenzo coming over to Filmley. Filmley's got the puck. Dumps it back down into the corner. Waldron meets him down there, but couldn't quite keep it in. Anaya comes down and grabs it. Waldron on the crossover, the stick, and Yellen with a shot. Scores! Pass from Waldron over to Yellen. Great shot by Yellen. Good gather and rips it home. 4-1, Raptors. 11:45 left in the second. Got Schroeder, Anaya, and Doss. Schroeder wins it over to Doss. Doss couldn't quite keep control of the puck, and he gets gathered by Select, but it goes back over to Schroeder, meets him there along the boards. Down to Oktavarski. Oktavarski tries to send a crosser over to Anaya, goes just a little bit wide for Anaya and down into the zone. No icing. Gathered by Higgins behind the net. He's using his speed. Try to pursue out, makes it, sends it down, and it's going to be an ice. Unless it hits somebody. I don't think so. Yep. Not touched. Coming back. Schroeder, Dawson, and Anaya on the ice. Schroeder wins the puck back. Anaya stick, not Anaya to Hollingworth. Hollingworth dumps it down just wide of the net. Tries to gather with Schroeder. Schroeder just misses the pass, gets a little stick lift. Oktavarski the point. Oh, he fans on the keep. Back to the stick of Hollingworth. Hollingworth tries to keep it in. He's very close on the offside. Sloop gathers it into the neutral zone. He's going to carry it in. He's got Hale with him. Met there by Oktavarski. Oktavarski kicks it forward with a skate, able to chip the puck back out. Hale in the neutral zone over to Higgins. Higgins got the puck. He's going to try to send it up wide. Met there by Schroeder. Schroeder does enough to keep it off the board over to Oktavarski. Oktavarski gets met there by Hale and Sloop. Oktavarski controls the puck. Sends a crosser. Oh, right over to the Select player. They try to make a crosser. Met there by Hollingworth and Oktavarski. Hale goes down from Oktavarski. Sloop tries to play it out in front, but he ends up getting it right to Hollingworth. Hollingworth's going to chip it ahead to Anaya. Anaya's got, it's right underneath the stick of Anaya. But Anaya's using his speed to gain the corner. Race down to the puck. Oh, and the puck goes off and hits Coach Bill right in the shoulder. Thankfully, he has those sunglasses on. All right, Raptors making a change. Draw's going to come outside of the zone. We got DiLorenzo, McLam, Hoover, Anthony, and McPhee. Draw down in the zone, sorry. DiLorenzo back at center, McPhee at right, McLam left, Anthony and Hoover at the D. DiLorenzo wins the puck, tries to get over to McLam. McLam loses his foot. Hoover right there to meet him, though, to keep it in the zone. Hoover dumps it down into the corner. Select gathering it behind the net. DiLorenzo in pursuit, doesn't quite get the chip, but it ends up coming out to Anthony. Anthony in the neutral zone sends a crosser, and it's going to be a offsides. Draw will come just outside the zone. 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second. They're bringing it out to center. Second period, 4-1 Raptors. DiLorenzo with the win, gets it over to McLam. McLam controls it. He chips it forward, goes down into the corner. It's clear. McPhee down in the corner in pursuit. McPhee gathers control of the puck. Got down in the corner, tries to cross, goes right under the stick of Emmerich and down into the side of the net. Puck's still loose. McLam ends up coming up with it, tries to chip it out, but they don't quite get it past him. Goes just a little bit too far for the stick of McPhee. Select taking it into the zone. Anthony coming over, back check by DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo chips it enough to get to the stick of Hoover. Hoover sends it forward into the neutral zone. It's still loose. Oh, Select loses their foot coming over for the pass. McLamb's there to meet him. Off the DiLorenzo stick. He's going to have McPhee on the right side here too. We've got going to have a chance here. He's coming all across. It goes just right to the stick of McPhee for the backhand of the shot. Oh, right into the pad of him, into the save. Pad of Watkins. Select's been rotating their goalies. I can't remember who's who. Line change for the Raptors. We got Schroeder, Felmley, Yellen, Hollingworth, and Oktobarski. Schroeder wins the draw. Gathers control himself. Carrying it in front of the net, tries the backhand, but it goes just wide. He's pursuing it down into the corner. Select tries to send it back along the boards, and it goes to the stick of Felmley. Goes a little bit long for him. Pinchek drags around Hollingworth. Oktobarski's left on an island, but makes a nice little stick, enough of a stick on it to get it going. Select tries to play it in front, but Oktobarski, another solid play to keep him out. Kicks the puck forward with his skate. Gets trapped a little bit wide, but gets enough of a stick on it. Hollingworth gathers it, carries it forward, takes his time, makes a nice pass to Yellen, who wasn't quite ready for the puck there. Oktobarski sending it forward back up to Yellen. Off the stick of Yellen. Oktobarski back over across to the front to Hollingworth. Hollingworth chips it forward. Oh, goes to the stick of Schroeder. Schroeder gains control, chips it up to Felmley. Felmley's got the puck bringing up the right side. He sends it on the cross. He's going to get deflected. Oh, it's loose in front. Oh, the shot. Schroeder tried for the shot and got a little bit tripped up on that one. I think we've got a call coming here. I think Schroeder got tripped up a little bit and took a hard landing. Seems to be getting up on his own. I think Doss is too happy with that one. That one should have been a call in front. No call. Draw will come in the zone. We got 8 minutes, 23 seconds left in the second. 4-1 Raptors. We got the line of Waldron, Doss, Hoover, Anaya, and Anthony. Waldron wins the draw, goes right to Anaya's stick. Anaya's gathering it between two defenders. Anaya keeps it in and puts it down along the boards. He's in pursuit. Select tries to clear, goes right to Anaya. Anaya gets the stick over to Waldron for the shot. Backhand into the glove and covered. Good opportunity there by the Raptors. Good crosser by Anaya. Waldron backhand right up into the glove of the goalie. Draw will come down in the zone. 8 minutes and 11 seconds left. Waldron wins the draw over to the stick of Anaya again. Anaya gathers control down into the corner. He takes it down deep. Tries to send another crosser off the pad right in front of Doss. Doss has got the puck. He's got a chance. The shot goes just a little bit wide. Doss pursuing it down into the corner. Also roller along the thing. Ends up kicking up in front of the net. Sloop goes on the stick of Sloop. Back check by Waldron. Waldron's there to meet him. Hale tries to bring it up in the zone. He's got Anthony down into Hoover. Hale kicks it down behind the net. Net down there by Hoover in the corner. She's going to have some speed to be able to come out. Ends up being chipped by Select. They gather it, send it up towards the net, and a glove save by Medlin. Great glove gather there. Waldron takes the draw, loses it to Sloop, who ends up sending it back, but it goes off the skate of Anaya. They gather it in front, goes wide of the net, their shot. Anthony pursuing Sloop down into the corner, tries to send another crosser, a save by Medlin. The puck's loose on the side, but Waldron gets it, swings it back up along the boards. Goes to the stick of Sloop. Waldron tries to chip it forward, doesn't quite get it. Anthony tries to gather the puck. He couldn't quite get it up, sends it up to Anaya. Goes to the stick of Anaya. Anaya doing a little sauce pass up to Doss. Doss is ripping up in front. If he can use his speed, he's going to have a nice chance for a little backhand shot. Oh, the shot goes off the kick save. Tries to clear it out, but Anaya gathers the puck down in the corner. Anaya's going to look on the cross. It goes right to Waldron's stick. Goes a little bit fanned wide of the net. Waldron gathers it back over to the stick of Anaya. Anaya battling with Sloop in the corner. Sloop tries to clear, but Oktobarski's going to have a keep. Oktobarski loses his feet. Hoover's going to have to get back. Hoover uses her speed to get up on Sloop. Sloop's going to have a nice chance with the shot. Goes all over top of the net. Waldron's going to gather the puck down in the corner. He gets tripped up behind the net, and there's going to be a call coming on Luke Hale for tripping up Waldron behind the net. And the Raptors will go on the power play. 6 minutes, 36 seconds left in the second. 4-1. DiLorenzo, McLam, McPhee, Hollingworth, and Oktobarski. The draw was won by DiLorenzo, but he won it back into the middle. Taylor ends up coming back through to split, and Oktobarski's there, and Oktobarski's going to get a hooking. The shot, they have a chance on Medlin, and it's covered. They're going to have an even strength 4-on-4. Oktobarski coming to the box. Making some switches here. We got Anthony Hollingworth, McPhee, and DiLorenzo on the 4-on-4 for 1:18. Draw one by DiLorenzo, tries to get up to McPhee, didn't quite get there, but ends up getting leaked forward. McPhee's going to have an opportunity here if he can use his speed. Ends up gathering the puck, tries to dump it down in, but he ends up kind of being taken out from behind. Sends the puck along the boards. No call on that one, goes over to the stick of the Select player. Ends up coming back to Anthony. Anthony tries to keep it in the neutral zone. And does. Try to send it up to DiLorenzo, who gets chipped up. Goes to the stick of Select. Select chips it down into the corner. If it wasn't hit, that should have been an ice. So the ref calls it off. Must have been tipped. Crosser by Select. Couldn't quite get a hold. DiLorenzo behind the net. Tries to get it out, but couldn't quite get it there. They try to send it on the crosser. Anthony makes a nice play by getting down on his knee and deflecting it wide. He gathers it, sends it up. Goes into the neutral zone. It's going to be a little bit wide for the stick, but McPhee's in pursuit. No icing here. Select tries to clear it out, but it does go off the stick of Anthony. Anthony gathers control again to try to keep it in. Ends up getting leaked back to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo tries to chip it forward. It goes wide. Comes right to the stick of McPhee. McPhee should have a chance for a shot here. He rips it all. Goes off right off the stick of the player, of the defender. Try to chip it to keep it out. Send it forward. Pursued into the neutral zone. DiLorenzo and McPhee on the back check. Anthony over to the corner, tries to slide, but misses the opportunity. McPhee all fans on the chance over here in front. A couple of drags by the Select player. We're going to have a chance over in front. Oh, goes just a little bit wide of the stick. Boys are lucky on that one. DiLorenzo bringing it up on the side. We've got Oktobarski coming out of the box. They're going to be back to even strength. DiLorenzo coming into the zone. He's got McPhee and McLam on the crosser. Couldn't quite get it through traffic. Chipping it up along the side. The defenders are going to have to get back. Luckily, we still have numbers, but they end up getting into the zone with control. Get around Hollingworth. They got around Anthony. Going to have a chance for a shot. Save by Medlin. Puck still loose. Didn't get it covered. Goes down into the corner. Select tries to send the crosser. Gets it over to DiLorenzo's stick. DiLorenzo's going to gather it behind the boards and send it up along the side. Send it up to McLam. McLam tries to clear it up, but can't get it out. A nice shot coming in, but a save by Medlin. Medlin doing great work with his glove today. 4:11 left in the second. 4-1 Raptors. On the ice comes Schroeder, Yellen, Felmley. We got Hoover and Oktobarski on D. Select wins the draw. Gathers it back. Tries to play it in, but doesn't make it through. Oktobarski gets it on his stick there. Schroeder tries to chip it forward. Didn't quite get all of that. Oh, gets a good chance in front of the net. Kicked wide by Medlin. Puck is still loose in front. Oktobarski gathers control. Met there by Sloop. Penchek sends it up. Gets it a chance up here to Schroeder. Schroeder's going to have a thing. Makes a nice little dish over to Felmley. Felmley's going to have an opportunity for a shot. A good shot. Scores! Over top of the blocker. What a shot by Felmley. Excellent pass by Schroeder. 5-1 Raptors. Three minutes, 51 seconds left in the second. Excellent puck play. Good pass by Schroeder. Great finish by Felmley right over top the blocker. Schroeder wins the draw forward, but ends up losing control of it in the neutral zone. End up trying to play it back. They chip it around Yellen and Schroeder, but Felmley on a nice little back check. Keeps it forward. Plays it a little bit wide. Everybody gathered on one side. Got to spread out here, boys. Felmley over to Yellen. Need to gain their space. Yellen tries to keep it forward. Fans on the slap. Sends it right up over to the net. Gets a shot and kick save on the wide. Schroeder scrapping in front. Schroeder sends it to the front of the net. The puck's still loose. Tried to be gathered there by Select. Schroeder scraps behind the net, ends up coming to control. Oh, right off a Yellen stick in front. Oktavarski comes to him. Ends up coming through, being taken out on his way through with a chance of a slap shot. Pinchot coming back through. They're trying to backcheck. Hoover with an excellent chip back up here to Felmley. Good play to prevent some numbers going the other way. Off the stick of Yellen. Yellen scraps over there in the corner, gets pushed off the puck just a little bit. But his effort was there, enough to give his team a chance to come back. Oh, right off the stick of Oktavarski. We were lucky on that one. It was going to be a 2-on-1 the other way. Off a Bysand stick. Bysand gathers control, but keeps it out of the zone. Schroeder chips it in down behind the boards. Raptors going to make a change. So we got Hoover and Oktavarski on the back end. We got Anaya, Dawson, Waldron coming in. Waldron trying to come over and pursuit the corner. He ends up taking the puck out of the corner. He's got Anaya over here in front for a chance. Oh, it goes a little bit wide off of the stick. Waldron and Anaya in pursuit in the corner. Comes over here to Hoover. Hoover plays it off her stick. She tries to go D to D. It goes Oktavarski, who's bringing it in. Makes a nice little toe drag down to Anaya. Anaya with a chance of going a little cross. Oh! Puck still loose over in front. Anaya gathers the puck back. Still centered over in front. It goes to Doss. Oh, it was a little bit wide. Doss couldn't quite gather it in front. We got some numbers coming the other way, but Hoover's going to get back to meet her. Oh, Hoover with the stick lift. No call on that one. That was a close one, but a good job getting back with Vivian. Waldron fans on the pass forward. Ends up chipping it up there to Anaya. Got some play into the boards. Anaya tries to chip it forward. Raptors got to get it out of the zone. They're getting overplayed in this little spot right now. There we go. Hoover ends up taking control. She's going to pursue it up. She's got a little bit of ice. She's going to take it up the middle here. She's got Anaya and Doss with her. Hoover ended up making a nice move for a chance. Oh, the shot was just wide of the net. Doss gathers it in the corner. Doss sends it on the crosser, but goes off with the defender. Bysand Strider plays it around the corner, but ends up finding Anaya in the back. Anaya meets it there, sends it back along the boards a little bit. Puck comes up to Waldron. Waldron gains control on the side. He tried to send it on the crosser, but didn't make it through traffic. Waldron comes down, gets chipped around by Sloop. Sloop gets it over, but Anthony gathers the puck. Anthony's playing it. He's got to get it out of the zone. He fans on to try to come back. He loses his skate, doesn't quite get it out. Waldron right there to meet him, too. So Waldron's got the puck. He gathers, he's going to chip it up to Doss. Doss has got Anaya going up on the side, too, on the crosser. Gathers the puck, see if he can get a nice little pass across. Couldn't quite get the pass off. A good play by the defender. Ends up behind the net. Anaya's going to have the puck behind the net. Gains control. A little bit of check there along the boards. Hollingworth sends it in. It goes right to Doss. Oh, Doss maybe try with the back play to Waldron on the top of the triangle, but misses. Puck played by the skate. Waldron tries to send it over to Doss. A little bit high. Puck still loose over in front. Select tries to get it out, but can't quite get it there. McPhee's got it. McPhee's got it in the corner. McPhee, a shot goes right on the net. Covered up by Watkins. Raptors making a change. We got McLam, DiLorenzo, McPhee, Anthony, and Hollingworth. .40 seconds left in the second period. 5-1 Raptors. DiLorenzo with the win. Sloop tries to gain control, though. He gets it through the neutral zone. Ends up getting back over to Hale. Hale tries to go back to Sloop. He's met there by McLam. McLam lays a nice body on everybody to keep the momentum going. Hollingworth's going to chip it up here to McPhee. Right off the stick of McPhee. McPhee regains control. He's going to have a chance to toe drag. Met there by 3 defenders. That's pretty good to coming through. Puck still loose in the corner. Back to McPhee's stick. McPhee's got to be sends it back to Hollingworth. Off of Hollingworth, sticking into the neutral zone. Anthony's right there to meet him, though. And he tries to bring it up the side. Anthony loses an edge. DiLorenzo's going to have to hustle back. He's got Hollingworth there, too. Hale with a shot, but it ends up going wide. To the stick of McLam. McLam with a stick lift and ends up getting forward. It's the end of the second period. 5-1, Raptors. right, start of the third period. 5-1 Raptors. We've got DiLorenzo at center, McPhee at wing, McLam at wing, Oktabarski and Hoover on the D. Draw one back by DiLorenzo. Goes off to the stick of Oktabarski. Oktabarski tries to chip it forward, doesn't quite make it through. DiLorenzo in the corner, goes between McPhee's legs. Brought into the zone by Select. Pursued by Oktabarski in the corner, doesn't quite able to get it out. They're able to clear it right in front of the net, but nobody was there. Goes over to the stick of McPhee. Hoover meets him in the corner. In that section of the rink where there's a hole over there. Select plays it across, doesn't quite get it on the plain triangle around McLam. Select sends it up in front. Oh, kicked wide by Medlin. Oh, another chance in front of the net. The puck's still loose and Medlin dives on it. We'll get a whistle. Onto the ice comes Schroeder, Yellen, Felmley, Anthony, and Hollingworth. Select wins the draw, ends up chipping it back. Felmley's there to meet him on the stick. Select chips it back down into the corner, but it's an ice. Or an offsides, excuse me. Draw come just outside the zone. 14 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third. 5-1 Raptors. Schroeder wins the draw forward to the stick of Yellen, but they're met there by a defender. Chips it back in. We got a battle along the boards. Puck comes out. Yellen had it. Chips it up forward. Goes off of Yellen again. Taken by Select, but met there by Schroeder. Pursued down in the corner by Hollingworth. Hollingworth gets it up to Schroeder. Schroeder sending it up along the board. Schroeder gets it up to Yellen. Yellen's going to pursue it down into the side, but he couldn't quite get there. Taken over by Select. Select gathers it behind the net, but met right there by Schroeder. Schroeder chips the puck off of the stick. Good gather. He gets it right over in front to Yellen's stick. He gets a shot over the wall. Goes a little bit wide off of Felmley's stick. Gathered by Select, and they're going to rip it down the ice, and if nobody touches that, that's going to be an icing. Raptors made a change. You got a Waldron and Anaya Doss. Wind goes back over to Hoover. Controlled by Anaya. Anaya dumps in the corner down to Doss. Doss tries to gather in front, but they use a body on him. Waldron gathers it behind the net. Dumps it right in front of the net, but goes a little bit wide. Select going the other way. They're definitely letting these boys play today and get a little bit rough. All right, sending it over along the boards. Up goes right to 88, but they pursue into the zone. It's going to be offsides. Draw is going to come outside the zone. 12 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third. 5-1 Raptors. Waldron wins the draw back to Oktabarski. Tries to chip it forward, but it goes up to Stegman. Stegman with a shot and a glove save by Medlin. Waldron wins the draw, back over to Hoover. Hoover gains control behind the net, but she's met there by a Select player. Waldron scrapped down in front too. Oh, the stick went just wide of the net for Bysands. Doss decides to chip it forward. It looks like it's not going to be an ice. If Anaya can use his speed, he's going to have an opportunity here to get a little backhand chance. He goes backhand, forehand. Oh, between the legs, goes over top of the net. Got a little fancy, went just over top of the net. Waldron had control, gains it over to the corner. A pure check into the corner. That one was definitely a bad call. Come on! Waldron down after a check in the corner. Not going to call that! DiLorenzo, McPhee, McLam on the ice. DiLorenzo wins it forward, goes behind the net. Tries to send up by Select. In the neutral zone, they just get past Anthony. Hollingworth getting back. Little toe drag around by Sloop. Sloop with the backhand that goes off the pad of Medlin. The puck's still loose in front, but Medlin chips a nice little poke check forward. Sends it to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo pursuing it into the neutral zone. He carries it forward. Makes a nice little move. Met there by Sloop. Sloop ends up taking the puck back. Bringing it into Hollingworth. DiLorenzo makes a great back check. Sloop tries to retaliate, but doesn't quite get there. Puck's loose. Hollingworth gets it. Sends it up down the ice. Be an ice if it's not touched. You get an ice coming back the other way. DiLorenzo wins the puck. Tries to send it up. It meets McLam right there. McLam gets taken down. The puck ends up on the net. It ends up behind Medlin and in the net. I think it was shot forward by McLam, or not by McLam, shot forward by Select. Deflected and went between Medlin's legs. 5-2, 11 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third. Schroeder, Yellen, Felmley, Hoover, and Aktabarsky. Schroeder wins it forward to Yellen. Yellen gathers it, carries it into the zone, gets it chipped backwards. But then they're met by Schroeder. Schroeder trying to get the puck, but ended up losing just a little bit of a handle on it. Met there by two guys, sends it up to Taylor. Taylor brings it into the zone, tries to sweep around Aktabarsky. Aktabarsky with the crosser, but met there by Hoover. Hoover sends it back into the corner to Aktabarsky. Aktabarsky tries to chip it forward to Yellen. Yellen had a touch on it, but couldn't quite gain control. The puck's going to come up just wide. Oh, the puck came right to him, and it goes around the thing, and they score! Raptors better get their butts in gear. They can't get the puck out of the zone. They're going to let them right back in the game. 5-3. 11 minutes left. Got DiLorenzo, Doss, Anaya. Select wins the puck and tries to chip it forward into the zone, but he gets around Anthony. He's going to have another chance here. Puck's loose in front, goes right to it, ends up being fanned on wide. Anthony's going to gather the puck as a quarter, tries to send it up to Anaya, goes off the stick of Anaya. Raptors can't clear the zone. Goes down into the corner. Anthony pursues it down in the corner. Anthony scrapping in the corner. The puck ends up kind of coming in front, but it goes behind the net to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo's carrying the puck over. He's carrying into the neutral zone and gathering some ice. He's got a chance to enter the neutral zone with the puck. He's got control of the puck. Sweeps over in front. DiLorenzo right over to Anaya. Anaya with a chance. Chips it over the shot. Oh, goes just a little bit wide of the net. Couldn't get all of that one. Try to clear the zone, but they're met there by Anthony. Anthony tries to keep the puck in. He's right there. Select's got it. DiLorenzo chips it back over, and it's going to be an offsides. We're going to roll the clock for the last 10 minutes. We got DiLorenzo, Anaya, Doss, Hollingworth, and Anthony. Since we're running out of our time slot here on the ice, they got to run the clock. 9 minutes, 55 seconds left. DiLorenzo wins the draw, but ends up coming back. He trips up the player that was coming through the neutral zone. No call. By Sands gets the puck. Tries to sweep around Anaya, but met there by Doss. Doss chips it back to Anaya. Anaya chips it back up to Doss. Met there by a select player, the DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo sends it up towards the center. Doesn't find anybody there, but Doss is right there. Doss ends up picking up the puck. Makes a nice little drag through the legs. Doss might have a chance, and Anaya for a little rebound here. If he gets it over in front, it happened, but wasn't quite ready. Gets it over to DiLorenzo on the boards. Tries to keep it in. Hollingworth's there too. Pushing it to keep it in. We got Anaya dumping it down into the corner. Gathered by Doss. Doss makes a nice little sweep around. He's going to have a chance for, oh, nice shot. Goes right into the pad of Watkins. On the ice comes Schroeder, McPhee, McLean, Oktabarski, and Hoover. Wins the draw backwards and try to chip it up along the boards to Hale. Hale's met there by Hoover. Hoover makes a great play to keep it in. Over to McPhee. It's on McPhee's stick. He sends it on the crosser over there in front of the net to McLean. Couldn't quite get it back to Oktabarski's getting a nice shot. Goes off of the mask of the goalie. Goes a little bit wide of the net. Over to McPhee to try to keep it in. Hoover keeps it in. Hoover's chipped up when she gets it. Great play to keep it in. Excellent effort. She pops back up but loses the thing. Oktabarski. Sloop's going to bring it right to Oktabarski. Oktabarski will be able to chip it wide. He makes a little drag. Yes, great play by Oktabarski to keep the play down to the corner, and he recovers it. The puck comes over in front of the net, but then it's met there, and Oktabarski chips it forward. Goes down into the corner. Oktabarski gathers it back on his stick, and he's going to carry forward on the ice. He sends it up on a crosser. Goes over here to McPhee. McPhee's got control. He sends it up to Schroeder. Schroeder gathers control into the zone. Makes a nice little dump back to McPhee. McPhee was lagging a little bit on the play. Comes back across. McPhee back along to Hoover. Hoover tries to play it down, but it goes into the traffic. Off of the stick of McPhee. Hoover pursues it along the board. She keeps it in. Good job using her body and her stick. Sloop ends up gathering it back. Sloop and Oktabarski. Oktabarski with a nice little chip to keep the pursuit off. Hale plays it down into the zone. Hits that horrible spot on the ice in the corner. Goes back to Hale. Hale tries on the sauce cross, doesn't quite get it there. Stopped by Oktabarski, who makes a nice little drag to try to clear the zone. Doesn't quite get to McLean. They play it back down into the covert. Hoover's going to meet him down there in the corner. Uses her body nice. Oktabarski in front. Hoover gathers the puck. Hoover's got Schroeder numbers with him. Hoover's taking it in. Makes a nice little drag over across front. To Schroeder. Gets a little backhand. Didn't quite get all of it. They've got some numbers coming back the other way, but Oktabarski's gathering back. Yellen tries to make a play in the puck and does. Makes a nice little chip to keep a pursuit the other way. Good play by Yellen. Bring it down in, and Medlin with a glove save. On the ice, we have DiLorenzo, Anthony, Hollingworth, Yellen, and Filmley. DiLorenzo with the win, but it goes just a little bit to the right and gathered by the select player. Hollingworth chips it over to the side of the boards. DiLorenzo pursued along the boards. Gets it back along. The select player gets it. They're going to have a chance here. And the little crosser. It wasn't fully connected. Oh, another chance in front. Puck was loose, covered by Medlin. 6 minutes and 15 seconds of the running clock left in the third. 5-3 Raptors. Draw coming in the Raptor zone. The select wins it back to the point. They send the puck into the net. Another scoop by Medlin. About his 10th glove save today. He's having a great game. Little premature puck drop there. Raptors weren't quite ready. Felmley on the draw. He wins it back to Hollingworth. Hollingworth sends it forward. Looks a little bit tied up. They try to go D to D here for select. They bring it down. They get a shot off and another save by Medlin. Glove save. We got Waldron on the ice with Anaya, Doss, Hollingworth, and Anthony. See if they can close this one out. Waldron wins the draw forward, but ends up going back to the select player. Ends up sweeping around Anaya, who's pursuing at the point. Select sends it back down into the corner. Still scrapping wide. It's met there by Waldron and Hollingworth. Waldron gathers control. He's got it in the corner. Sends it up to Anaya. Goes off the stick of Anaya. They can't quite get it out. Tries to set another crosser. Comes over to Waldron's stick. Waldron's got the puck. He sends it up here to Doss. Doss goes off of Doss's stick. Couldn't quite handle it in the neutral zone. Select bringing it in. Makes a little toe drag around as they enter the zone. Sweeps past Waldron. Waldron grabs his skate. Not sure if they're going to get a call or not, but Doss is going to get a chance the other way. If he can use his speed, he's going to have an opportunity for a nice shot. Toe drag up and over. Oh, glove save. 4 minutes and 11 seconds left on the running clock. 5-3 Raptors in the third. Swapping out the D. We got Oktobarski and Hoover coming back on. Waldron wins the draw back to Anaya. Anaya plays it back to Hoover. Hoover chips it up over in front of the net. There's a little bit of a loose puck. Comes off of Anaya's stick. Sloop gathers control, or sends it forward, but it's right to Oktobarski. Oktobarski's there to meet him. He carries it into the zone. He's going to jump it ahead. Met there by some select players. Oktobarski goes down, regathered by Visance. Kept in by Waldron. Waldron right to Doss's stick. If Doss can get a chance to get all drag it. Nice play by the select player there to get back. Doss sends it over and forward. The puck is still loose in front of the net. We got Waldron in front of the net. He loses it back between his legs. Select player is going to pursue it into the neutral zone. Carrying it forward, met there by Hoover. Gets around Hoover. Carries it down to the corner, tries to cross her, but nobody's there. Sends it over along the ice. He gets it over to Hoover. Hoover's going to, couldn't quite get it through the zone. Oh, uses her body to get it over in front of the chance. Good save by Medlin, and it covers it up. Three minutes and 8 seconds left on the running clock. Swapping everybody out. We got DiLorenzo, McPhee, McLam, Oktobarski, and Hoover. Draw coming in the Raptors zone. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left on the running clock. DiLorenzo wins it, but loses it between his legs. Ended up Hoover chips it up to McPhee. McPhee gathers control. Tries to send it ahead in the neutral zone. Goes to the select player. They try to dump it back in, and it does make it past Hoover. Sloop gets it down in the corner. Sloop tries to make a toe drag, but met there by Oktobarski. Swinging it over to McLam. McLam gains control. They're met there by two defenders. McLam goes down, battling with Oktobarski in the corner. The puck gets leaked down into the corner and gathered by the select player. He's going to have a chance for a crosser, but met there by Oktobarski. He gets back down, sends it back up to McLam. They're going to try it again to get it out. Couldn't quite get it out of the zone. Oktobarski gets it. He's going to carry it forward. Couldn't quite get out. There we go. McLam cleared it out of the zone. Right up to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo's going to have a chance here if he can send it across to McPhee. Stick to stick. Take the tip of the rim. Oh, goes just wide. Might have been a save by the goalie. It's hard to help tell by that angle. Great opportunity there. Good shot by McPhee. I think it was just a great save. They're taken down into the corner. No call. Got a minute 52 left, and maybe there is a call coming. Let's see what they're going to call here. Oktobarski, I think, is going to go to the box for the last minute and 30 seconds. Onto the ice, we got Hollingworth, DiLorenzo, McPhee, and Anthony. They stopped the clock. Minute 48. Here we go. Clock's back running. Puck's behind the net. Nobody's there. All the puck was loose and over on the side. They send it back in front, but they fan on it. It goes over to McPhee. McPhee's going to be able to carry the puck. He sends it over to DiLorenzo. Tape-to-tape pass. DiLorenzo loses a little bit of control, and he loses an edge. Going to have a chance to come down, but he still ends up making a little bit of a pass on his knee. Regathered in the neutral zone by Selector. Sweep around McPhee. Taking it over into Hollingworth. A little bit wide. Gets it over in front. Goes off of Anthony's skate. Oh, a good shot and a save by Medlin. Going to make a change. On the ice is coming Anaya and Schroeder. Get some fresh legs for the last minute 13. Hoover and Anthony on the back end. Select wins the draw, but Schroeder's right there to chip it off of the guy's stick. He gets it back to Select. They try to shoot it in there, but it ends up being wide of the net. Anthony's right there. The puck is loose in front. Going to get a chance. All goes off the side of the net. The puck's still loose behind the net. Hoover back there scrapping. Puck's kind of trying to come along the side. Don't quite get it. Anthony's right there to chip it out or to poke check it. Anaya's battling in the corner. Hoover gets over there and he clears the zone. Tries to get it up to Schroeder. Anaya's going to get a drag, but he gets well off the stick. He still gathers control. Back to Anthony. They lose it. They lose the chance to Select. He takes it right to Anaya. Anaya's stick is right there to make a nice play and chip it over to the side. Battling Anaya along the boards. He uses his body to nice wall it off right to Hoover. Oh, Hoover gets taken down along the side, which should have been a call, but no call there. Anaya chips it forward. Oh, tries to go to Schroeder and to go just a little bit wide. Probably going to get a nice here with 13 seconds left. That's the game. 5-3 Raptors against the 12U Polar Select. Until next time, go Bills.